Two Rivers State officials, Hector Ekakita and Aloni Olodi, accused of assaulting Ahoada, its local government administrator, Goodluck Iheanachor, have turned themselves into the police. They were previously declared wanted after allegedly leading an attack involving 30 youths, during which Iheanachor was beaten, robbed, and forced to sign a resignation letter. The suspects, Chief Security Officer Ekakita and Chief of Staff Olodi, surrendered at the Rivers State Police Command headquarters on July 10. They were interviewed by Commissioner of Police Olubenga Adepoju and his team before being transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for further probe. Police spokesperson Grace Iringekoko confirmed the development and urged the public to assist with information. The police assured citizens of a thorough investigation and reaffirmed their commitment to maintaining law and order in Rivers State. Gochuku, what do you make of this story?
Laurentia, I'm so taken aback by this kind of story that the police is dishing out in Rivers State. I'm so embittered and sad that in our society a crime will be committed and somebody will be declared wanted, and this crime happened in a place where you call a local government that should have police stations. There are police officers on duty. There are the police and security details of the chairman of the local government, whether he's appointed, whether he's solid or what. Once that pronouncement is made that you are a head of such an exalted office, we know the type of security, the security details that follow them. I've been on this show. I've been in your state sister radio stations when we have some local government chairmen came here. When they came, we saw even people around our vicinity. We know that a big man, so to say, is around the premises. A chairman of a local government, that was beaten like a common criminal, and at the end of the day, the state police commissioner is dishing out this kind of statement. It's a shame, and it's very pathetic that crimes will be committed in our very before, and the people are not, taken into account. People are not arrested. You are now somebody that have allegedly committed a crime, and we saw it on the video. I don't know whether if I make any statement, ask me to put allege.
I don't ask you to put
yes,
I
because
only
this
ask
one,
you to say what you can support.
yes, we have it. We saw them on the video. It trended. It made news. But to my imagination, if this particular story did not surface now, if the commissioner and the Grace did not put out this information, I never knew that those guys were not in police custody and haven't been charged to court. This is how evil and the non-state actors are festering in the Nigerian system. It is very pathetic. And if this sort of a thing happened to a public exposed person as the solad of a particular local government, MMOHA local government, then what happens to the ordinary man on the street every day, being harassed by the police, being harassed by courtists, being harassed by non-state actors, those people they call senior men, and area gang leaders? This is what is reigning supreme in Port Harcourt. So if somebody that we saw on the, I don't know, I couldn't watch that particular video. It was heinous. It was heartbreaking and devastating to watch that somebody in that an exalted office will be flogged with a machete. So demeaning, so humiliating, and at the end of the day, Laurentia, police is telling me that they were not apprehended. I'm not overly surprised, because this is what you see when you have people that are moles. His chief security officer and his chief of staff.
They're like the two people that are
the closest to him.
They have his details.
He detailed his movement
and
everything. And if this attack has happened maybe outside the office, it have been understandable. You will say that we begin to dig deep, and this investigation police is talking about might make sense to me.
The question
somehow.
Is, Ahoada, by the way, it's not a more, huh?
Yeah, Ahoada
local
okay.
Government. Now the question would be, Ahoada local government, don't they have any CCTV in the secretariat? You know, because I mean, it was that video. Interestingly, they actually videoed themselves committing a crime, and then also had the audacity to put it out there, probably because they felt they wanted to make a caricature of the sole administrator of Ahoada local government. But my question will now be, how come is it that Ahoada local government does not have CCTV that captures people as they come in and go out of the local government? That's one. Number two, the office of the SOLAD, you know, in Ahoada, or the office of the chairman, as it were, of Ahoada local government, are they saying that that office does not have any form of security camera? The secretariat, the local government secretariat, does not have any form of security camera that the police can work with?
Laurentia, you have asked a very pertinent question, and another thing that crossed my mind while you were asking me this question is, what about the ADC of the SOLAT, who should be a uniform man, maybe a policeman or somebody from the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps?
Well, you would say,
you understand?
When you said the ADC, one would say how many security policemen were attached to.
That is what. Yes, I've already said about
that. Yes, that the number of people that
came in overwhelmed them.
It could be, and about from the reports, it said about 30 people. These two men led about 30 people. So when you add them as well, your guess is as good as mine.
Laurentia, I was coming to mention those 30 young men. That is where security checks should have started.
How did they
maneuver the gate, the entrance of the local government environment vicinity, and then who checked them into the SOLAT's office? And those people, if security checks within those places, those people at the executive office, were there no checks
on the road to the secretariat?
And even if at that, assuming without considering they have arrived, they have beaten the security on their way to the place, because they know how to. This is a crime organized and perpetrated by indigents. They know how to maneuver their way. But how did they, gain access into the local government secretariat? And who is the protocol officer to the chairman? A lot of people, a lot of heads needs to roll, because those people were compromised. And you cannot tell me that such heinous crime that took place within that maybe about 15 minutes, then each local government in Nigeria is strategically positioned that a police DPO or outpost is normally positioned opposite or adjacent the local government, assuming the local government secretariat itself do not have enough manpower. But opposite each local government, there is a sense to why they build police stations close by. So what happened with those intelligence gathering, and what happened with those informations? And how is it that 30 of them escaped? And the police is now issuing, what did they call it? Issuing that they are being wanted. So, and where did they run to? They run to and you realize again that this, I think, is Ahoada. Has been known, is a notorious local government where we lost DPO Abashim, where this Iceland court group is running supreme. And nobody seems to be doing anything about it, Laurentia. The security agencies know about those guys. The local chiefs, they know about it. Even the people that parade themselves as OSPAC, that are disguising themselves, and the government is paying them, and the people in the streets and the locals are paying their bills. Know about those people. They are not operating from the vacuum now. Every crime is local, just as every politics is local, Laurentia. It starts from the families. You see, those people, those boys go into families, kill people, burn houses, and they go to where? They still stay within that vicinity, within a recognizable radius, where they call, and in our Igbo parlance, I'm from the southeast, we say that thing that is very fearful, that you think that is a very mighty thing that is in the forest, is somebody that kept it there. The thing that everybody is afraid of, just like when we are small, they say when you come out in the night, in this one, now we even, I don't think there is anywhere called night in Port Harcourt again, because people move about from 24 hours.
Right.
So when you talk about these things that are happening and the information is not, gathered, where are those people that they are now saying that they are declaring they wanted? Did they run to the thing? And another thing that I want to say is how the government has have itself to be, taken for granted. We have, if this happened under Fobara or a civilian administration, I would say is the civilian part of us. But this happened under a BAS who is on emergency. No, we now have a case that is not treated like an emergency case. Somebody that he appointed that should have all that that fury and that fear.
And the lad himself has not even come
I'm not saying anything
or condemned that action.
Where are we? Did he come to River State to extend his retirement cruise? Did he come to? I just spoke about how we are being ravaged by flood. Just little rain for 2 days, and people where I was staying, a guy I overheard him saying that he has to pay for 1,000 naira for a fare that is headed to 400 because of the rains and the flood everywhere. And imagine what would have happened if not for these our brothers that are scavengers. They have their disadvantages and they also have their advantages. Would you know how the roads in Rivers, in Port Harcourt would have been with deaths and all those things? So the Solad has not helped us in this case.
Okay.
Those people that are working with him, the SSG did not issue any statement from the government quarters. Those people that are working with him have not issued his own PA or his spokesperson. I mean, the spokesperson to the Solad did not make any issue for somebody you appointed to go and represent you in an emergency situation in a state. Something happened that you do not use it to make a statement. Laurentia, do you know that this is one case that a BAS would have used in announcing himself, because Rivers citizens are not raising their hands up and we are not seeing military taking point. The military would have been drafted into that particular local government. By now, there should have been a communication that should have been loudest in that particular to show that a military man, even retired, is on seat. No, we have it on a good authority that a soldier is always a soldier.
For now, because on national television,
yes, he's a retired. But when he came here, the person that is standing behind him, his ADC, is wearing a military uniform. And the day he came, we saw military. We saw Air Force fighter jets in Port Harcourt. So this will have been an event for him to make a statement that everybody will be jittery. Everybody will know that, oh, this man that is docile, he's docile nature, yes. But something happened that, touched your soul. Because this guy is representing him, is a representative of him, is a delegated authority. And this thing that happened is a slap on a bus. Not even the person that is a solad of that Ahoada. Lonisha, this is a slap on this person that is not taking they say is not unto me, but unto your name. I don't know the word to use, but this is a slap on a bus and whatever he represents in this emergency rule. And he has whittled down whatever he represents. We are not seeing him actionable in our welfare. We are not seeing him actionable in our environment. We are not seeing him being loudest in the needs of the people of River State in their day-to-day activities. And somebody poked you in the face and you did not make any statement. You have asked those non-state actors to go ahead and do whatever they want, because the streets are volatile and hostile as I speak to you.
All right.
At this moment. So I'm very saddened. And for the police, this is a shame on them. For them to now start telling us that somebody that should have been apprehended violently, somebody that you have used joint military task force to go and apprehend and make a statement, that you are now issuing him to come, you say he surrendered. Where does that happen? That you now said that he voluntarily surrendered. Would we have waited for those guys to voluntarily come to police station? I'm embittered. I have other things that I will say. Let me not cross my voice. But Valencia, I'm telling you that this is a big shame, and it is not to be had. It is not to be applaudable.
Applauded. All right, very well.